X-Play, TV's most watched video game show.
Today on X-Play, put on your Devil Bringer, Devil May Cry goes next gen, and we've got the review. Then, Hello Nurse. We get up close and personal with an exclusive look at the lovely ladies of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Plus, take your online game to the next level. Pro gamer T-Squared stops by with some pro tips for Call of Duty 4. Make sure your clip is full. It's game time.
Hello and welcome to X-Play, TV's most watched video game show. I'm Adam Sessler.
And I'm Morgan Webb. We are coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles on Super Tuesday, February 5th. Hope everybody voted.
Voting is cool. On today's show, we continue our week-long look at Super Smash Bros. Brawl and show you what the ladies are capable of. Then we go on the hunt for some demons with a rookie hunter named Nero and give you our review of Devil May Cry 4. Don't worry, Dante shows up.
Plus, if your kill-death ratio in Call of Duty 4 is less than even, you should probably stick around for some tips from pro gamer T-Squared. And if you like fantasy card-based board games, and who doesn't, then you should check out our review of Culdcept Saga, which has been reinvented for the Xbox 360. But first, let's go over to Adam for all of the day's top headlines in today's gaming update.
Thank you, Morgan. Well, Gearbox Software appears to have started on a new secret project. Developer of the Brothers in Arms franchise, Gearbox Software CEO Randy Pitchford stirred up some excitement with a forum post where he mentions his company is working on something big, something that everyone will notice and will want to play. It is worth noting that Gearbox worked on the PC port of Halo Combat Evolved. While no official details have been released, we have to entertain the notion that Gearbox might be working with Microsoft on something possibly involving the Halo franchise. Again, this is strictly rumor at this point, but it would make some sense considering Bungie's recent split from Microsoft and Gearbox Software's involvement with Halo in the past. Rockstar Eminem may have been involved with the now canceled film adaptation of Grand Theft Auto. Variety reports that plans for the film appeared to have been a done deal with one of 6 major studios involved last spring. While no official reasons were given for the cancellation of the film, it's believed that the reshuffling of management at Take-Two may have had something to do with the project's demise. You may have noticed that Capcom characters are completely missing from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. While Brawl marks the first game in the series to include characters from franchises outside of Nintendo, a new rumor suggests that Capcom characters were excluded from Nintendo's Fighter because Capcom backed out on an exclusivity agreement with the GameCube version of Resident Evil 4. It would have been nice to play as Mega Man or even Leon Kennedy. Yesterday, we reported on the rumor that this month's issue of GamePro contained a special report on Gears of War 2. The rumor was quickly shot down by Vice President of Epic Games Mark Rain, who responded to the GamePro cover by saying the rumor was complete nonsense, and then went on to say that Epic has not announced a Gears of War sequel to GamePro or anyone else. Eventual scans from the magazine revealed the special report was simply a speculative article about what might be included in the game. That's all for today's gaming update. Be sure to visit us on the web at g4tv.com/xplay to continue getting all of today's up-to-the-minute video game news. But now let's go over to Morgan, who has our latest review.
Thanks, Adam. For the first time in the Devil May Cry series, the latest chapter is available for the 360 and not just a Sony exclusive. While this is great news for many people, I'm sure many Xbox owners have one question. Is Devil May Cry 4 a good point to jump into the franchise? Maybe this review will help.
Everyone has their favorite last-gen franchise, and I'm sure that for more than a few of you, that franchise is Devil May Cry. Well, hold on to the 16 crucifix-shaped buckles that are holding your leather duster vest and chaps together. Here comes Devil May Cry 4 for the Xbox 360 and PS3. Dante has returned, and although he's playable, eventually,
Things always gotta be complicated.
most of the time you play as Nero. His hobbies include combo attacks,
Catch this!
having a magic arm,
Damn thing drives me crazy, though.
and backsassing.
Nero, what's wrong?
I'm out of here.
Irreverent. When the elder head of Nero's, well, cult, the Order, is assassinated by none other than Dante, the two are set on parallel paths. Paths that lead them to adventure, but lead us to cutscenes, and lots of them. While the story itself is interesting, gameplay tends to get bogged down by the game's massive amounts of superfluous cutscenery. Okay, it's not all superfluous. Mass Effect, consider yourself off the hook. Most of the creatures, characters, and environments look camera-ready for a next-gen system. The problem is, they exist in a game whose play is last-gen. You might not notice how great a room looks if all you're doing is going room to room to room. Mashing your triangle button against creature after creature after creature. It's not unplayable, we just expect more. Okay, I know the outlook seems kind of bleak, but look at it this way. If you love Devil May Cry, you'll probably love this game. And if you love hacking and or slashing, you might like it too. Get lost! Plus, a game that includes a weapon as ridiculous as this couldn't be completely without merit. Devil May Cry 4 gets a 3 out of 5.
Now, Devil May Cry 4 may or may not be your kind of forquel. If you find yourself wanting more out of your games with 4 in the title, check out today's X list. Here are our top 5 games with 4 in the title.
At number 5, we have Virtua Fighter 4, a superb tactical fighter that prefers technique over button mashing. Number 4 is the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. This Patrick Stewart vehicle featured the super fun ability to buy a house. Thankfully, the lenders in Cyrodiil knew better than to use subprime loans.
Number 3 is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, because everyone here at X-Play has always wanted to have a shootout in a television station. Coming in at number 2 is Forza Motorsport. See what we did there, Forza? Give us a break, there aren't that many games.
The number 1 game with 4 in the title is Resident Evil 4. This third-person shooter recently found new life on the Wii, giving a whole new audience a chance to have their wallets attacked by the Umbrella Corporation.
Are you losing your hair? I can help. I'm Dante. You might remember me from such games as Devil May Cry 3, and my most recent game, Devil May Cry 4. I'm here to tell you about a revolutionary new treatment to help put hair on that balding little head of yours.
I used to be embarrassed by my chrome dome, but with Dante's patented program, I got the head of hair I always wanted, with minimal emotional scarring. I feel dead inside.
Dante's Hair Club for Demon Slayers uses the most up-to-the-minute scientific processes, combining minoxidil, saw palmetto extract, and the fiery powers of hell.
I know wherever I go, I have the confidence to be myself. Like right now, I'm not wearing any pants. And yes, the carpet does match the drapes.
I started going bald after receiving a fatal dose of radiation in a freak industrial accident. But look at my beautiful hair now. And it only cost me my soul. Was it worth it? I guess.
We offer a wide range of choices, from white to silvery white to our most popular choice, platinum white.
Wow, Tim, your hair looks fantastic.
Thanks, Dante.
Don't you want to be beautiful? Like me?
It worked for us. It can work for you.
Call now to join, or visit one of our locations in Hades, Tartarus, and Irvine, California.
I love it.
Coming up on X-Play, we meet the women of Super Smash Bros. Brawl and check out their skills. We get pro gamer tips for mastering Call of Duty 4 from T-Squared and deliver our review of Culdcept Saga for the Xbox 360. All that and more coming up. Don't miss a second.
Phil?
Yeah.
Your expense report, Burgertown last Friday.
Burger Town.
Only on G4. X-Play presents GDC 08. Come along as Adam and Morgan uncover the very latest in gaming. X-Play from the GDC February 18th, only on G4.
I was just wondering if you guys were interested in anything that's coming out for the WiiWare. If you guys have any predictions for it, or if you've heard anything that might be coming out for it.
Welcome back to X-Play, and thank you for your question, Magic D.
I'm going with Magic.
Magic D? Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's first establish what WiiWare is.
Yes.
WiiWare is not the Virtual Console, which are old games, but they're new games, so more like Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. You just download them right there to the Wii.
It seems like it's just going to be more confusing for people to call them different names, but we are expecting to see Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. People are excited about.
I guess so. Remember, that's Crystal Chronicles. That's the one with the pot that you have to move around, so maybe some of you are excited.
And we're looking at $5 to $20, and we don't have much more
games.
information.
No, we're hoping to hear something in March, but it is Nintendo, so please don't hold your breath. It's bad for you.
All right, getting fragged by strangers, it can often be completely frustrating, especially when you're playing Call of Duty 4. The sound of a grenade bouncing near you, it's always a bit of a bummer. Thankfully, pro gamer T-Squared is here to shed some light on how to become the fragger instead of the fraggy.
What's up? This is Tom Taylor. But you may know me as T-Squared. I'm a member of the MLG Pro team, Straight Rippin'. And I got some tips for Call of Duty 4 that'll have you fragging like a pro.
We've taken the lead.
When I create a class in Call of Duty 4, the weapon I use is the M16 with red dot sight. Now the reason I use the red dot sight compared to the scope is the scope is way too bouncy. My choice for a pistol is the Desert Eagle. Even though it has no attachments, it's a one-stop shot. My choice for perk 1 is the 3-time special grenades. Even though there's no smoke, all of the other grenades are essential for building up your frag count. My choice for perk 2 is the stopping power. This means one good burst to anywhere on his body is going to take the guy down. And the faster you kill him, the faster you can kill his teammates.
We've taken the lead.
My choice for perk 3 is Deep Impact. With Call of Duty 4's amazing sound design, you can hear people on the other side of the walls. With Deep Impact, you get further bullet penetration so you can shoot those guys before they even see you.
Airstrike standing by.
If you create a class with these weapons and perks, you're gonna climb up the leaderboards in Call of Duty 4 in no time.
All right, coming up, we'll have our review of Culdcept Saga, the Xbox 360 title that's basically the result of a one-night stand between Monopoly and Magic the Gathering. Plus, we'll run down all of the women brawlers in Smash Brothers. But first, let's check out today's leaderboard and see who's tearing up Paradise City. Here are the best drivers in Burnout Paradise.
Time's up. Make the call. Welcome back to X-Play. Now, if you like Yu-Gi-Oh! And you're a fan of Monopoly, we might just have the game for you. It's called Culdcept Saga. And no, this is not Cul-de-sac Saga, the long-awaited sequel to Paperboy. Here is our review.
It's a beautiful day. Birds singing, a gentle breeze, a teenager floating through space.
So I paid a pretty penny for you.
What? I'm a slave? Great. It's Culdcept Saga for the 360, and it's equal parts card battle, board game, and over-the-top Japanese teen melodrama obsessed with one's journey to embrace their destiny.
All right.
The saga end of this tale concerns itself with our sad little serf here. He's known as a Scepter, wielder of mystic lithographs. That's fantasy speak for cards. When called into battle, a board meets your feet to become an element of combat. The idea is to populate squares with cards in your deck, establishing ownership and defense of enemy movement. The similarity to Monopoly is found as you complete a full revolution of the board, gaining a cash reward. As more cards featuring augmentations and spells are collected, things seem to have a visual dynamic that would add to the excitement if you could make out what in Will Wright's wine cellar was going on. Another Monopoly lift will have you liquidating property if you can't pay the square holder's price in either cash or blood. Careful deck and magic point management is important to extend play, but with primeval graphics and the collected shreds of a worn-out story, We advise Culdcept Saga as a rental.
Thank you, thank you.
Speaking of rentals, m'lady, a 3 out of 5.
Up next, we step into the ring and get ready to meet the women of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. These ladies pack quite a punch. Stay with us.
Video games are evolving, and now so are we. Introducing X-Play, next only on G4.
Q horsepower is... Anyhow, G4's exactly like that. Kinda.
Welcome back to X-Play. Boys love to fight, and they love acting out through their favorite video game characters. Despite the juvenile claims of some people, girls can bring the pain too. Let's go in-depth to meet the ladies of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. They are strong, they are invincible, they are the women of Super Smash Bros. Hear them roar. Don't be swayed by the word brothers in Super Smash Bros. Because in this game, sisters are definitely doing it for themselves. Take Zelda. You might think of her as sweet, helpless Zelda, always pining away for her constantly inebriated beau, Link. Well, no more. Zelda went to the Jodie Foster School of Kicking Ass. Don't think just because she wears an evening gown that Zelda won't get all up in your grill. But there's more to Zelda. When Zelda can't handle it, she just becomes the Sheik. Is this Iron Sheik one of Zelda's multiple personalities? Who cares? She kicks ass. And if that weren't enough, check out her finishing move. Speaking of kicking ass, let's not forget about Peach. She grew up in the Mushroom Kingdom after all, which gives her a unique perspective on the proper, trippy way to fight. Don't let her hoity-toity royal ensemble distract ya. That's just what Peach wants her enemies to think. Because once Peach has her Patsy and a false sense of security, bam, up comes her final smash, taking her opponent on a one-way trip to Sleepy Town. Now that's a finishing move. Which brings us to Samus, vacationing from the Metroid universe to show you don't need a heavily equipped power suit to kick serious ass. But it helps. You expect Samus to fight and fight well. She's been doing it for years. Yet what really gives Samus the fullest of props is her final move. When she unleashes this bad boy, or should we say bad girl, she loses her power suit, making herself extremely vulnerable. Yet that's just a fly in the ointment to Samus, or as she's known without the suit, Zero Suit Samus. She'll never stop fighting till the fighting's done, a true warrior in every sense of the word. These are just some of the ladies of Super Smash Bros. In a side note, we don't want to say anything about Pit, but we hope that one day Pit becomes comfortable enough with himself to officially tell the world what the world already knows.
You know, living for 1,000 years could be kind of a drag, unless you're Kime, the star of the new RPG Lost Odyssey. He lives in a world on the brink of a mystical industrial revolution, which I can only assume is the result of someone inventing a mystical assembly line. Regardless, let's take a look at the latest Lost Odyssey trailer.
Lieutenant Kaya Marganar, it seems people are calling you the Immortal. We've heard there were almost no survivors after the meteor crashed on the Highlands. And yet, you appear to be unharmed. How did you survive?
I don't know. What is the cost of my immortality? Lifetimes of battle. Lifetimes of bloodshed. Lifetimes of pain. I've survived here for 1,000 years, but I can recall none of it. As a mysterious magic power infects the soil of the world, the past must be revealed.
quick refresher of the show that was, it's time for Next Play Replay. In today's show, we reviewed Devil May Cry 4. The overabundance of cutscenes and repetitive hacking in this hack and slash keep the title from becoming a high point in the series. Despite having 2 protagonists, this sequel only manages to scare up 3 devil tears.
Now, Devil May Cry brings up an interesting topic that Next Play will investigate in a head-to-head on this Thursday's show. Are Japanese games hitting a creative plateau? Be sure to be here for that. All right, we also reviewed Culdcept Saga, the geekiest board game this side of Magic the Gathering. While this game might be easy to learn, it's nothing pretty to look at and a bit clunky at times. It gets dealt a 3 out of 5.
And we're done for today, but be sure to tune in tomorrow for an all-new X-Play at 8 p.m. On Wednesday's show, we continue our comprehensive coverage of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. We have a body-slamming preview that you're gonna want to tune in for.
We'll also have a review of the latest RPG from the creator of the Final Fantasy series, the 4-disc epic Lost Odyssey. Plus, if you're a treasure hunter with a case of OCD, Kristen Nolt has a cheat for Uncharted that will finally give you a sense of, well, completion.
And since the Pro Bowl is a joke and football is officially over, be sure to tune in this Friday for our exclusive hands-on demo of MLB 2K8.
And you're going to want to stick around if you want to see the world's wildest, most amazing TV around.
It is Duty Free TV, G4's new nightly block of totally foreign shows. Don't change the channel, it's up next.
All right, well, that's it for today. We have another Japanese game tomorrow, so who knows what might happen then. But
Thanks
you'll find
for
out
watching.
by tuning in.